In this video, we're going to talk about that money. More money. We're going to talk about that money when it comes to women, man. Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, you got to ask yourself this. What woman do you know that wouldn't like the idea of her man having money? Ask yourself that. You have to realize most women are in a fantasy world anyway. It's kind of like she's walking through the smoke every day when she leaves the house in her own little world. She's walking through the smoke, and the smoke hasn't cleared yet. The smoke might not clear until 20, 30 years, and then she starts to see things for what it really is. But when she's young, she's still walking through the smoke. She doesn't really know how things really is, or she don't want to know how things really is. So most women are in a fantasy, in a little bubble. So just the idea of her man having money, to her that's safety. Or the idea of her having money is safety. Now what she do with the money, that's a whole nother video. But just the idea of her man having money, or the guys that she's talking to or spending time with having money, she likes that. Now, will the money keep her with you? Most of the time, no. Now, I'm not talking about gold diggers. I'm not talking about prostitutes. I'm not talking about escorts. I'm talking about the average woman walking around today. Now, just having money in your relationships or dating women is only one aspect. Now, you having money doesn't turn her on, doesn't get her aroused, doesn't make her wet in the pants. No. That's why you have a lot of women, they'll get with these entertainers, these guys that got money or got spending money. He ain't got to be rich. He have spending money. And she'll leave for a guy that has less. It ain't had nothing to do with the money. It had to do with her emotions, how she felt at the time. That's what it was all about. It ain't had nothing to do with him making $100,000, $200,000 a year, or even $50,000 a year. Yeah, the guy she left with, he make $40,000 less. But she's with that guy. She does more with that guy that makes the $40,000 than she did with the $50,000 guy, because of how he makes her feel. That's what it really boils down to. So I think a lot of guys have to get past the idea that somehow if I get a bunch of money, I'll get all the women that I want. It usually doesn't work that way. And even if you do get a woman that you quote, the bad chick that you always wanted, how you know she ain't a gold digger? How you know she ain't playing you? How you know she ain't taking advantage of you? How you know she ain't manipulating you? You waited all these years to get to a certain point because you were so insecure and you thought you had to have this and be up here and have all this a certain amount of class, and when you get there, it ain't working out. And the reason why it ain't working out, because you might not have no game. You might not really understand what's going on out here. See, there's a psychological aspect of money. See, everybody don't see money the way you do. Women don't see money the way you do. So this money game is way deeper, and it varies from woman to woman, country to country, state to state, city to city. Yeah, money's a tool. Yeah, you can buy stuff with money. You can buy junk, jewelry, clothes, cologne, brand name stuff, junk, cars. It's all junk. You can buy all that stuff. I got all that stuff I just named. But I also invest my money too. And most people don't invest their money wisely. An investment to most people is a house that makes no money. Yeah. An investment is something that brings you money every month, every other month, every week, whatever, But an investment to some people is something that sucks the money out of them every month. And they get no reward back. That's not an investment, bro. That's a liability. Then some people will say, well, I bought it today, and in 5 to 7 years, I'll sell it, and I'll be able to sell it and get the equity out of it. I'm like, 7 years? What? Bro, I have a hard time making it through the month sometimes. And you want me to wait till 7 years? I don't have to necessarily have cash flow coming in every month, but I have to have the option of getting my hands on it if need be. It's all about options. This world we live in, it's about options and opportunity. That's what it's really all about. The reason why a lot of us struggle because we don't get the opportunities. We don't have a lot of options. That's why a lot of people struggle. So you, being a man with opportunity and options, just that in itself is attractive to women. Because see, a lot of women don't think like this. You getting opportunities. You having options. To her, you having money. To her, she feels like if you got it, she got it. And this is her fantasy way of thinking, right? Just because you got it, that don't necessarily mean she got it. Because you have control of whatever it is. But in her mind, if you got it, she got it. That's her fantasy way of thinking. It is what it is. Let's just like I always say, most of the time when women get with guys, it's what's behind the guy that she really likes. It's who he know, who he's with, who knows him, who he knows, who's rocking with him, who supports him. Could be a big company, could be military, whatever. I'm not saying she don't like the dude or care about the dude, but the majority of the time, it's what's behind him is what turns her on. Now, the dude, you might be a good dude, you might be a cool dude, you might have game, charm, charisma, and all that's great. Because that's going to keep her around you for a long time. Because if you're an empty shell, if you have no personality, no charm, no charisma, if there's nothing different about you, she'll stay with you for a while, as long as what's behind you is still there. She'll stay with you for a while until the kids grow up, and she might be gone. This happens to a lot of athletes. A lot of athletes, they'll play football, basketball, 10, 20 years, maybe longer, retire. And when they retire, that woman's gone. Because that relationship ran its course. Because once the guy retires, there's nothing else left there. Because she kind of wasn't used to being around him full time anyway. She was used to him going to work or traveling with the team, and she's home or out and about in the city doing her thing with her and the kids. That's what she was used to for 10, 20 years. But now that he's retired, it's a different ball game now. He's around all the time. She ain't used to that. She can't get out and have some other guy play in her jelly box. She's a new ball game now. But there's no way of getting around this unless you just don't want to have anything to do with women at all. And I don't think that's a good idea. I think men and women need each other. We weren't put on this planet to be a hermit. We're not supposed to be like that. That's not normal. To be a hermit and stay in your house all the time, or stay in the woods and don't come around people, don't socialize with people at all. That's called being a hermit, We weren't put here for that. So only if you don't want anything to do with a woman, okay, be a hermit. Move out in the boondocks, in the backwoods, or the mountains of Tennessee, or Oklahoma somewhere, or out in the desert somewhere in Arizona. Okay, cool. But if you're gonna, especially if you live in a big city, you're gonna have to have a certain amount of money to live, because these towns are becoming more and more expensive today. And you having more than one income is a very valuable asset, not a liability. Like that house you about to buy. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is, man, you having money is a good thing. For you, not her. You let her think about what she wants to think about when it comes to money. But you have to take responsibility and do what you got to do to have more opportunities, create more opportunities, and create more options in your life. Whoever wants to come on the team and rock with you, cool. That's gonna be up to you to see who's real and filter out who's real and who's fake. But most women, the idea of the man having money, that concept within itself, women like that. But it doesn't matter what she thinks. It only matters what you think. That's a good way to end this video. Like, share, check out the podcast Love Can't Wait, which can be found on iTunes. Go get the book, Boss Life Secrets and Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. Tell me what you think below. Share this video. Subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace!